Hey everybody, Dennis here. Today I'm going to work on this overrunning coupler that fits on the back of my tractor, PTO. On my tractor it has a transmission driven PTO, which means for the bush hog, which is what I use this for, without this, if I was using the bush hog and I pushed in the clutch, the momentum from the blade still spinning would drive into the transmission and push the tractor until the blade stopped. By installing this, it allows, when I push in the clutch, it slips. It has a ratcheting in it, and it lets it slip, so that way I push in the clutch, the tractor stops. The blades can keep spinning until it winds down, and it saves me from hitting anything, whether that be stumps, ponds, fences, etc., etc. The problem I'm having with it is there is supposed to be a pin inside that this is the way this one attaches. There's a roll pin, and it broke. They make two different types of these. One with the roll pin, which is one I have, and another one actually has the coupler like a normal drive shaft for a tractor PTO. Looking back now, I'd recommend getting the other one, or at least I would try the other one. Just because this is the second time this pin is broken, but I'd rather that pin break than something in my tractor. So it actually broke the year before last, I think it was. So I got a full year, maybe two out of it, I think it was. And the guy who's using my tractor broke the grease zerk off when it broke, and so I have some grease zerks to put in. Also have my roll pin punches I brought from work, and I bought two new pins. They're like $5 a piece at Tractor Supply. But anyway, stay tuned. I gotta get these grease zerks off and drive the remaining pieces of the pin out if they're in there. Also gotta take you over to the PTO and get the pin out of it. These are 7/16 grease zerks, or that's the size on these anyway. I don't know the thread size. Take both of them off. And I know the roll pin is an 8 by 50 millimeter. So, and all I have are standard roll pin punches, and I believe, I don't remember what size. I think 5/16 is 8 millimeter, but I could be wrong. Guess I'll find out in a minute. I guess that is right. Looks like it anyway. Anyway, on the inside of this, you actually have to have it lined up, so it will make a perfect line going through. And it is off, so I got to try and get it to turn, which right now it doesn't want to, so I'll get it figured out here. I have to go stick it on a tractor real quick and try that. Alright, after messing around with it for a minute, I finally got the roll pin to, or the roll pin holes to line up. Now all I got to do is punch the two pieces of the pin that are still stuck in here out. One piece of it, and there's number two. There, and right there. Alright, so now that I got that out, all I got to do is get the new roll pin. Actually, I'll take y'all over to the tractor and show y'all all that. And hopefully I got grease zerks that'll fit. We'll find out here in a minute. Alright, so like I've explained before, there is a hole in the PTO shaft going straight through it that this roll pin goes through for the overrunning coupler. So what I got to do is find it, because it's covered in grease right now. And there it is. And there's the other piece of the pin that just popped out. It popped out in two pieces. And kind of covered in sand. But anyway, so now that I know where the hole is, you line up the overrunning coupler with that hole. The holes for on the overrunning coupler you line up, and I should be able to stick this roll pin punch through. You can see like that, it's actually lined up. So what I got to do now is not take this phone call. So, right, as I was saying before I was interrupted, I gotta put that roll pin in. Here is, if I can get it in camera, this is the part number for the roll pin at Tractor Supply for that overrunning coupler. And like I said, it is an 8 by 50 millimeter, 8 by 50 millimeter. So what I'm gonna do is, I need to take that pin out. While I'm thinking about it, I'm gonna grab that greaser. I still gotta look and see if I got another one, good one. But what you're gonna do is put the grease zerk in on one end. That way when you hammer the roll pin in, it won't go all the way out the other side or go too far. So you only want it to go so far. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that grease zerk on the bottom and get it started, and probably go ahead and tighten it. And before all is said and done, before I use this thing again, it's gonna get greased. Make sure that stays lined up. I'm going to sit that in there. Alright, I got to turn the PTO off. Push the lever back that way I can turn this thing. Because with this roll pin punch in there, it's lined up, and I want it lined up about straight. So I'll try and lock it again, see if it holds it straight up and down. That way it won't move too much. Perfect, straight up and down. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this roll pin, and this hammer I got is overkill, but it's what I got handy. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the roll pin punch out. Go ahead and stack it on top, and just tap gently. Let me zoom y'all back out so y'all can see a little better. Man, I don't remember it being that difficult, like I said. Because like it's bottomed out now. So now I have to go get my grease zerk and see if I got one that fits. Alright, so according to the chart I have, it is a 1/8 inch. It says 27 MPT straight. And I know MPT stands for National Pipe Thread. For national, whatever. But unfortunately, I think my threads are a little boogered up from that damn roll pin, so I'm going to try and not break it off. And like I said, this is the second time I've had to put one in, so I think that'll be good enough. You can listen real good. It's clicking. That is the overrunning part. So what I'm going to do now is get my grease gun and grease this joker. And that's actually something you're supposed to do pretty regularly, and I've neglected it. So I bought, I'm getting my words wrong today. I bought this grease gun about 2 months ago, and I have not used it yet. It's got a fresh tube of grease in it. Supposed to be some good stuff. Bought it Matco Tools. They had it on sale on a truck. I mean, I know I'll probably pay more for it than I could have picked one down at Harbor Freight or whatever, but I didn't care. But I'm gonna try and fill this up and let y'all see. Hopefully y'all can see everything. But here it is, and there it comes. I see it coming out now. Hey, so I'm gonna flip it over to the other one, and hopefully it'll take grease. Alright, so it did. And now this overrunning coupler is ready to get used again. Don't hear it clicking anymore because now it's got grease. So anyway, y'all, thanks for watching. Please comment, rate, and subscribe.